Hello, my dear friends. Namaste, Namaskaram, Adab, Sastrikal, and a big warm welcome to all the PMC viewers watching this program on this wonderful, awesome day. Because today we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti, the birthday of our father of the nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhiji. My name is Parinitha Patri, and I welcome you all to this amazing program special for this Gandhi Jayanti, my dear friends. So today we are celebrating Gandhi Jayanti in remembrance of the great man who led the nation towards freedom, towards ahimsa, towards many other valuable ethics or values that he gave to this nation. And there's no mistake and there's no doubt in us saying that he is the father of the nation, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhiji. And this is a special interview, a special program just for all us Gandhiji admirers. So I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce one such Gandhian who is an ardent admirer of Gandhiji. And I'd like to introduce him by saying a few words first about him and then let you meet him. So my dear friends, Shankar Narayan ji. He is the founder of Satvik Vegan Society, SVS as they call. Born in 1964, born a lacto-vegetarian and an ardent admirer of Mahatma Gandhiji since childhood. Shankar Narayan ji stopped drinking milk after reading Mahatma Gandhi's autobiography, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, in 1989, when he was working in Bangalore from 1986 to 96 as an accountant and administrator. Mr. Shankar Narayan ji is a passionate vegan who became vegan 21 years ago and founded Satvik Vegan Society, formerly called as Indian Vegan Society, in 2004. He was the Councilor and Regional Coordinator of IVU for India and Southwest Asia from 2006 to 2016. And he lives, my dear friends, he lives in a self-made forest called Sthitaprajna since 2009 and organizes Satvik Vegan festivals every year. He is a board member of FSSAI's 7-member task force, which looks into guidelines or provisions for vegan foods in the country. He came to know about veganism and then he founded Satvik Vegan Society. It is a registered public charitable trust and a member of the International Vegetarian Union and the Federation of Indian Animal Protection Organizations, my dear friends. And Satvik Vegan Society has its registered office in the state of Karnataka, India. Sthitaprajna is a private forest grown on vegan principles on a plat of about 3 acres of land near the hills along a seasonal stream about 12 kilometers from Bangalore on the west coast of Karnataka, South India, which is about 450 kilometers from west from Bangalore and 200 kilometers south of Goa. So that, my dear friends, is a small introduction of the great legend which I'm about to introduce to you today. Namaskaram, Shankarji. Welcome to PMC. Welcome to PSSM. And I am so humble, so honored to have you here with us. Shankarji, please tell us about your journey, like earlier journey, and how did you become an admirer of Mahatma Gandhiji and how he influenced you in your life?
In front of Mahatma Gandhi, I feel very humbled and very small. Whatever little I have taken from him, from his life, my life has changed a lot. Mahatma Gandhi, in one way, he is a person. He was an individual like you and me. He was living in this world and he is no more. In another way, he is the epitome of all virtues, all Vedic principles, essence of ancient Indian living. He practiced all those, and in his life he experimented with every principle which we consider supreme and useful for our life. Therefore, from his life, I just took one aspect and tried to experiment myself, and that has given tremendous benefit. Ahimsa is very ancient philosophy. Ahimsa is there. Ahimsa principle is practiced and preached all over our ancient time and ancient scriptures. It has been very widely covered. Gandhiji practiced that in his life. We all preach. So preaching is quite easy. Practicing is not so easy. It is most difficult thing, anything. So he practiced ahimsa, and I try to do the same thing. Instead of preaching or talking about something which you admire, better we do. As Gandhiji himself said, be the change you want to see in the world. I just try to do that. That gave me lot of influence and benefit. And to begin with, from my childhood, I've been taught that Gandhiji was a great personality. He had fought for India's freedom without any violence, and that has inscribed in my mind that he is a great personality. And there was an occasion for me to read his autobiography in 1989, the autobiography called The Story of My Experiments with Truth. When I read that, the same thing. Instead of just admiring him, I should do what he did. I am a born lacto-vegetarian. Gandhiji had experimented with not consuming milk. He considered milk as a violent product. To extract milk from cows and buffaloes, people use violent or unethical means. Therefore, he stopped consuming milk in 1911. For about 8 years, he experimented with current day veganism. He abstained from milk and milk products. He never had. He inspired me in my vegan journey, and that is one thing I stopped or I started doing. Stopped consuming milk, started practicing Gandhian principle in its entirety, that is non-violence. That is how it all started. And when I got connected with international vegan movement, this Gandhian philosophy of ahimsa and international veganism, that gave me a clear picture about what I need to do in my life.
Yes, sir. It is really wonderful that to learn. This was something which I never knew that Gandhiji had actually experimented with veganism by not consuming milk. Nevertheless, he's always an inspiration for all of us, whether it be ahimsa or whether it be the kind of the way he led the nation towards freedom. It's always very inspirational. Apart from being a Gandhian and an ardent admirer of Mahatma Gandhiji, there is something which I read about you reading about Bhagavad Gita and you getting some values and ethics you learned from Bhagavad Gita. Can you please tell us about what you think and what you can deliver to our audience about Bhagavad Gita in your own way?
Yes, again, if you take Gandhian life, Bhagavad Gita is also incorporated in his life. It is nothing separate, or it cannot be separated from Gandhian life. As I said, Gandhi lived all values or virtues which we propagate or which we practiced or inscripted in our ancient philosophy and scriptures. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita and Gandhi go together. Nevertheless, if you specifically ask me about Bhagavad Gita, there is one thing which I learned from Bhagavad Gita, that is being Sthitaprajna. Sthitaprajna is stable minded. Stable minded means neither too happy nor too sad. I mean, you should not be disturbed or influenced by vagaries of environment, and you should be focused in one thing, that is on Bhagavan, God. So when you are focused steadfastly without any deviations or disturbance, we attain the real life. Sthitaprajna is an ideal human being. It's a stable minded, ideal human being. That caught my attention when I read Bhagavad Gita. This is described in chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita. And that is the big takeaway for me from Bhagavad Gita. Being stable is very, very important in anyone's life, and more so in a life of vegan. because vegans see a lot of cruelty of animals happening everywhere, and if you are immune to all those, you don't get disturbed. But we vegans, when we see, when we are emotional, when we are having feelings, we get disturbed. Many people cry, many people get abusive, many people get aggressive. Seeing all this, mentally we get disturbed. For being a vegan, for being a vegan activist, and for continuing to be so, it is very important to have a calm and peaceful mind. This this lesson I got from Bhagavad Gita, to be a stable minded person, helped
Mhm.
me a lot in my vegan activism, because when I started vegan journey, it was quite early in the vegan movement in India. I used to be mocked at and made fun of, and so many things were there at that time. It was not so easy tackling your family, tackling the society. Everyone around looked at us as strange creatures. Therefore, it is not so easy to continue to be vegan if you're really attached to all the external things.
Mm.
It was important to be stable, firm in our approach, and very focused in our values. So that helped me. Bhagavad Gita helped me in continuing to be vegan and propagating veganism.
Wonderful, sir. Thank you so much for giving a little more perspective on Bhagavad Gita, though I haven't read a single shloka in Bhagavad Gita, but I would love to learn from a learned person like you. And today's youth, they need more stability. They need more of focus, more of concentration about what they want to do, about their career or anything. What kind of advice would you give to today's youth on that perspective?
In 2004, I started Indian Vegan Society. At that time, there was no social media. Whenever I met people, I got very people means vegans. I started organizing vegan festivals to bring together like-minded people. When I organized vegan festivals, I had very good experience of meeting really wonderful people. So
Mhm.
many great people, matured people who were balanced in their approach in their life. So that kind of experience I had initially among vegans. But once social media came into our life, and I was part of that initially very actively, and I got a lot of negative feedback, negative feelings from social media, because people were not happy what you do, and they were very aggressive. So that uh, prompted me to start or rename Indian Vegan Society as Satvik Vegan Society. Here, one is vegans. When we eat good food means non-violent food. It is peaceful food. When you don't harm any living beings, which senses pain, this is certainly a good food. If we eat that kind of good food, our behavior should also have good behavior, good impact of that.
Mhm.
So what we eat, that we become.
Yes.
Similarly, if we eat good food, our behavior should become good. But I didn't see that totally. Lot of abusive or aggressive atmosphere I could see. Therefore, I wanted vegans, particularly young vegans, to incorporate Indian peaceful values, not just ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya, aparigraha, all these ancient great values. If we incorporate in our lives, we will become a great ambassador for veganism. That was one message I learned or I needed to propagate for youngsters and all vegans in general and youngsters in particular. So we need to bring in a more peaceful and happy perspective to veganism, and we have to express that. It is not just in books. We have to be happy persons. We need to be peaceful. We need to be calm. That should show in our behavior. Then non-vegans can easily get attracted to our lifestyle. As it is, there is no law to prohibit slaughter of animals. Therefore, it is only in advisory capacity we can do. So when we advise, people listen only if they see some good examples in us. If they see bad examples, it won't make any impact on them. Therefore, we need to incorporate sattvic principles along with veganism. That is my message to everyone, especially youth.
Wonderful, sir. So, the takeaway from here for the youth is that, being a, Sattvic person means that you actually imbibe those sattvic qualities in your personality or in the way you, relate with people, how you are as a person, and what are you being. As an example, we all need to set an example of what being sattvic is actually all about. So once everyone sees how we are as a person, then people definitely will be influenced. And I completely agree with what you have said, sir. Please let us know about your past projects that you have done, and what kind of experiences or what kind of things that you have achieved in the past. We would like to know more about that.
Okay, as you said, achieved. I would say that I haven't achieved anything,
Okay.
and I don't want to achieve anything also. There is no target in my life.
Right.
I just want to do as best as possible within my limits, within my capacity, for the welfare of everyone, humans, animals, environment, and myself. It should include everyone in this earth. That is what my objective is. Therefore, having said I haven't achieved anything, but I have been working. I have been working in my own path, in particularly promotion of veganism. Veganism, as people know, it is eating only plant food. So we can eat and digest so many things, but ideal food for our body and for our life is eating only plant food.
Mm-hmm.
People eat animals, animal derived food, and all those things that won't help us in our life. So we need to eat plant food. This message I have been propagating with various activities.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, in 2014, I included Sattvic principles also in veganism. Sattvic here is not about onion and garlic. Commonly, people think when you say Sattvic, it is prohibition of onions and garlics. No, sorry, it is not that. Onions and garlics we don't consume because it is influencing us badly. To prevent all bad influences, we avoid onions and garlic. Otherwise, it is not just about onion and garlic. Anything creating bad influence in our life, that we should avoid. Dealing with bad people or bad atmosphere or living with bad people or in a bad environment, all this we should avoid to be in Sattvic principle. So that is Sattvic principle for me, to be good and so that we can do good. And I have been doing a lot of activities. Initially, I used to go to schools, colleges, public programs, exhibitions, wherever possible. I used to make a presence of myself and vegan society. I used to leaflet, I used to talk, I used to engage in conversation with people. So many activities. Along with that, I had started my own activity, that is my own festival, Satvik Vegan Festival as it is called now. It was Vegan Festival or Indian Vegan Festival earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have annual vegan festival so that people can come together in a good atmosphere, eating good food, meeting right people, and get motivated to do more things in their life. So this was my one of the major activities I have been doing. Apart from that, I used to travel. I have been traveling. Just now, I came from Nepal, Kathmandu. There was Himalayan Vegan Festival. People invite me to various functions. I go to various programs, forums, platforms, all those places. I propagate my version of veganism. I remember speaking, though my society was Indian Vegan Society then. In 2010, I was invited to Dubai. They organized Me Veg Festival, Middle
Mm-hmm.
East Vegan Festival.
Okay.
There, I had spoken about the same principles, but without using the word Sattvic Vegan.
Okay.
It is not just not eating animals, it is a whole lot of other things. We need to practice a lot of values. It's a holistic approach to life.
Right, sir.
When humans become better humans, everyone else, including animals, will have a better life. If we are not good humans, if we just avoid animals and continue to be with all our consumeristic or aggressive approach, that is not going to have bigger impact or real desired impact in the world's overall design of things. Therefore, we need to include all other values espoused in our ancient texts like Satya, Asteya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, and other uh, values in Ashtanga Yoga, what is mentioned, along with Ahimsa. Ahimsa is the core principle. Along with that, we have to include other values also. When we include all these,
Mhm.
it will give a complete picture. It's a holistic approach towards life. When we humans live a desired, a perfect life, everything else will be in perfect harmony. Animals can live their life, environment will thrive, and there is no disturbance, there is no climate change, there is no global warming. All this which we hear, which we experience nowadays, will not be there when we live in harmony with nature. So
Mhm.
this is a holistic approach. That is my activity. Every activity I do aim towards this. I had other activities also. I organized a vegan matrimony for vegans to come together, and there were other novel ideas. I set up stalls in exhibitions, and I recently brought together a book of 53 vegan journeys.
Wow.
So these were all people with whom I worked in my 21 years journey, and I requested them to contribute their version of veganism. What is
Mhm.
their journey? What do they feel about veganism? They contributed from all over the world. There were famous vegans, there are not so famous vegans. Everyone contributed their journey, and people are happy to read those. There were good feedback regarding that. People get inspired when they hear the stories of others.
Mhm.
Similarly, various other activities also I keep doing, leafleting, printing leaflet, distributing. Wherever this message can be reached people, I go there and do my work as long as possible and practical. Thank you.
Wonderful, sir. Wonderful to know that you've actually included so many other vegans into your book. And I believe that your book is called Sattva, if I'm not wrong, sir.
Yes, it is Sattva is essence. Sattva is the spirit of something. So
Yes,
it's essence of vegan journeys.
right, right. Wonderful. Yes, as you said on the social media, there's so much of things happening that, this is not good. Why are you doing that and all that? So many people ask that, milk is Indian culture. And whenever I go to any sessions and speak about plant-based food, then they talk about even plants have life, or, then Lord Krishna drank milk. And there are so many things which come up. And what do you have to say about that?
What is good for us, good for the society, good for everyone, good for animals, we need to do. Considering that milk is not good for humans, we say vegan. There are so many reasons for that. One is many knowledgeable doctors say milk is harmful to our health in present day situation. If you go back to Krishna's time, it may be different situation, but at present, in our current lifestyle, if you consume milk, it is detrimental to our health. Second aspect is, even if you consider milk is good, the milk is not milk as it was in Krishna's times. So olden days, human population was very less, desires were very few. We didn't have so much dairy uh, way of production of milk, and dairy concept was also not there. These cows or buffaloes or any animal were respected very much. They were treated as household members, which we still say so, but we don't do. Even now, we say cow is our family member, but cows are bred in dairy farms. In tall apartments, we cannot keep a cow. It is impractical, but we say cow is our family member. So we keep cow in a tabela or in a dairy farm, but we still say it is a family member. How can we treat that way? Therefore, so we are, in a way, we can be called as hypocrites. We say one thing and do another thing. If we consider someone as our family member, we have to treat with respect and love the same way we treat our beloved ones. We cannot treat cows like that because cows have very heinous, very painful life. Therefore, that logic that cow milk is good for us may not be applicable. I was speaking to a spiritual guru who practices very much Indian values. I
Mm-hmm.
spoke about him about milk. He said if milk is derived from cow in a peaceful manner, the way it was in Krishna's time, without harming cow, allowing it to live a natural life, allowing it to live eating a very natural food, then it is sattvic food. But if it is extracted the way it is being extracted in current world, in current situation, it is not sattvic, it is asuric. Asuric means demonic. So it
Mm-hmm.
is befitting a demon to extract milk the way it is extracted today and consume. Therefore, Sattvic people cannot consume current day cows or buffalo milk. So this is very, very important message. Even learned Sattvic people will not admit milk as Sattvic if it is derived the way it is derived today. Therefore, we need to rethink about our values in current day situation. Therefore, milk, according to me, cannot be sattvic. It is not non-violent. It is a violent product. So those who follow non-violent lifestyle cannot consume milk. In olden days, okay, situation was different from health point of view, environment point of view, violence point of view. In any point of view, milk was not a taboo product because the situation was different. We have to think from correct point of view, and if you think from that angle, milk cannot be considered right product for us, and it's creating havoc in our health and not only in animal lives.
Whenever I speak about plant-based food, then I would say that, we do not have any right to use any animal's bodies for our own selfishness. So we, as in such, as you said, we need to treat them as a family member. So we do not use any of our family members for our own self-interest. So in the same way, we do not have any right to use an animal's body for our own selfishness. So that's what I keep telling everyone. You have spoken so much about the lifestyle in your website, about the other products that are derived from animals, for example, leather or silk, or the other products. And yes, definitely these are also a very big no for me also. So can you speak a little bit about that?
Yeah, veganism, even ahimsa. I would like to use ahimsa more than veganism. Ahimsa is Indian principle, and veganism is in a way exported from India, and it has come back to India in a repackaged model. So veganism is part of ahimsa. Many people say it is only about animals, but I don't accept that way. Veganism is holistic. It is not just for animals. It is for animals. It is for other humans. It is for the earth. It is for everyone. Therefore, when we see veganism as a holistic lifestyle, we cannot involve ourselves in any activity which creates disharmony, which creates pain to others. We do not consume any animal products. Simple. At the same time, we do not want to make plant food look like animal products and eat.
Hmm.
That is also in Sattvic veganism. We want to eat as it is, all plant foods without making much alterations or changes. We would like to eat in such a way that it will give good vibrations to our body and mind. It should be peaceful food. That is one thing. Fundamental thing about veganism is diet. 90% of animals killed in this world are for food. Therefore, food is the predominant part of veganism. No doubt about that. Even those who confine their veganism to diet only are called dietary vegans. In all other aspects, it's all there are so many limitations. Maybe, for example, when you travel by automobile, there are so many non-vegan items used in a car. We cannot avoid that. For example, tire, which is indispensable part of a car. But according to some reports, there are some animal products used in manufacture of tires.
Oh.
Like this, there are so many things which we cannot avoid living a normal life. Therefore, most people confine their veganism. If I say most, it may be wrong. A lot of people confine their veganism to diet only. It
Mm.
is practical and possible. In all other aspects, it is as far as possible and practical. For example, if you travel by aeroplane, so many aircraft used to have leather seats. When you travel by aeroplane, we have already booked a ticket. Though flying is harmful to environment, lot of people need to travel. So when we travel by aeroplane, just because it is leather seat, we cannot say I don't sit on the leather seat, I would like to stand. It is not permitted. So it's not practical. So we have to sit on a leather seat, though it is not acceptable to us. Like there are so many aspects which we cannot control, which we don't have any control over. Therefore, we try to do as much as possible. In that direction, there are so many things which we avoid. For example, leather. Leather we can live without. Leather is a cruel product. After milk, meat, it comes leather. So leather we avoid, whether it is for a chair, whether it is for a sofa, whether it is for our shoes or for jackets or anything. So anything made of animal, leather or wool, we don't use. In addition to that, we don't use animals for any other purpose also. For example, entertainment in circus, in zoos, or for any educational purpose, experiments. We don't want to use. Simply put it, we want to treat animals like any one of us. We human beings respect each other. We don't exploit or hurt. If we do some activities together, it is consented. It is mutually agreed. But with the animals, we cannot enter into an agreement. Therefore, we don't use animals for any of our activities. It may be circus, zoo, or ride, entertainment, or religious purpose also. We don't use animals for any purpose. It is simple logic. We cannot enter into an agreement with the animals for certain use. Therefore, they cannot give a knowledgeable consent. Therefore, we don't use. We treat animals like any one of us. So that is basic principle.
Thank you so much, sir. And please tell us about the Sthitaprajna and these vegan festivals that you conduct. Where is this located? Why did you get that idea of setting up a forest, a vegan forest called Sthitaprajna? And please tell us about these vegan festivals and Sthitaprajna.
Yes, there are combination of two of my projects. Sthitaprajna is one, Vegan Festival is one. Vegan Festival I started in 2004
Mm-hmm.
to bring together like-minded people. I was feeling lonely because I was the only vegan. I didn't meet another vegan for 3 years. When I became vegan, it was feeling lonely was very much there. Therefore, I wanted to bring together people in a common platform. When people come together, we can do wonderful things. That was the idea.
Mm-hmm.
In the first vegan festival, I was the only vegan. I started distributing vegan food to non-vegans. They used to admire vegan good food, and whatever they changed or not, it is left to them. Similarly, it continued. I used to do it in a third-party venue, in a hotel or in other places, until I founded vegan Sthitaprajna Vegan Forest in 2009. Till then, it used to happen in other places, in hotels. Once it was in Bangalore, once it was in Murdeshwar, and in some other place also. And 2009 onwards, it has been happening here. Annual festival every August, second weekend. I host people from all over the world here. They come together. They stay here sometimes. Sometimes they stay in a hotel. They come here to celebrate righteousness. So you need to celebrate good things. So that is, if veganism is good, we need to celebrate that. So that is the concept. People come together, people meet, right thing. And next year, it is going to be, maybe I'm working with the IVU to bring their World Vegan Festival to India.
What
It
is
is
IVU, sir?
IVU is International Vegetarian Union.
Uh-huh.
It started in 1908,
Mm-hmm.
coming together of four national societies of England, French, Netherlands, and Germany.
Mm-hmm.
So they came together in Dresden, Germany, and they formed a union, Federation of Vegetarian Societies globally. And there was a centenary congress in 2008 in the same city. I was lucky to be there. It is 114 years now. It was vegetarian when it was founded. All types of vegetarians came together under one umbrella. In 1999, the constitution of this union was changed and made it vegan. They made IVU vegan, though the name retained as it is. Though the name retained as it is, International Vegetarian Union, it became vegan. No animal products in their events, and no animal product propagation also. So that is the change happened in 1999. They used to have World Vegetarian Congress beginning with 2008 every 2 years in some part of the world. And except World War One and Two, it happened every 2 years in all over the world. It came to India also. It was in 1957 when we hosted first IVU World Vegetarian Congress in 4 cities: Chennai, Chennai, Mumbai, Delhi, and Kolkata. Similarly, 67 it happened, 77 it happened, 1993 happened, 2006 happened. 5 times it happened, full-fledged IVU World Vegetarian Congress. All our leaders at that time, whether it is Dr. Babu Rajendra Prasad, our ex-president, or Srimati Indira Gandhi, or Dr. Morarji Desai, or Zakir Hussain, all these our prominent leaders and prime minister and presidents supported the event. They attended, they inaugurated, they hosted the dinner, and so many things in Rashtrapati Bhavan and all. It was a big event at that time, though milk was part of the event. In 99, it became vegan, and I joined IVU in 2006.
Okay.
We wanted an Indian vegan because it had already become vegan by then. I joined IVU in 2006 as their council, international council member and regional coordinator for India and Southwest Asia. And I worked there for 10 years. When I felt I don't have anything more to contribute, I quit, and some other persons joined. And recently they took me again in, as they wanted to organize 48th World Vegetarian Congress, or as it is called now, World Vegan Festival. I am working on that now. If it happens, 2023 will see World Vegan Festival in Delhi, Mumbai, and Chennai, in 3 places. So I am already working on that. We are getting collaboration from various people, government, and all. So this is IVU, and next year, if IVU World Vegan Festival is happening, my own vegan festival, it will be 20th. 20th Satvik Vegan Festival will be in combination with World Vegan Festival. I will not be having it here in my place. It will be in one place. So this is vegan festival. We meet, we celebrate good things, good music, dance, and most importantly, networking. Because even now, lot of people, lot of vegans live in an island. They don't have any real connection with other vegans. Therefore, when they come to our vegan festival, it is a good place for them to connect with other like-minded people. So that is one thing happened. When they go back, they get motivated. They want to do their own events, their own activities. That is happening. And additionally, I have been part of this project, Sthitaprajna Vegan Forest. Name is taken from Bhagavad Gita. I was mentally little volatile at that time. I took Bhagavad Gita principle, and I named my forest as Sthitaprajna.
Oh.
It is vegan forest, and 3 subtitles: simplicity, solitude, and silence. Simplicity, again, I took from Mahatma Gandhi ji. He was a simple person. When we live simply, simply animals can live. So they have a life, and others can also. So there is no point in living a luxurious life. We can live a happy life without much wants. That is one of the principles. Second is solitude. When we are in solitude, we get a lot of ideas, a lot of enlightenment happens, and that is one principle I practice here. Third is silence. Silence is very important. We need to speak minimum where there is a necessity. Otherwise, we need to keep minimum talk. When we speak more, we get into more problems. So there is these three principles we practice here as much as possible. And as it is a forest, no animal makes unnecessary noise here. They are all speaking what is bare minimum. We need to do the same thing. Being among animals, we need to follow their principles. We want to make it very minimum. So these three principles I practice, and it's a beautiful forest. Now it is 14-year-old forest. It's very young. But in forest, in 14 years, a lot of things have happened. When it was 14 years ago, there were very few trees, a few cashew nut trees, and there were some old trees which were not useful to humans. So all useful trees humans cut and consume for various purposes, for furniture, for building houses and all. And those which were considered not useful or not good omen, they were here. Now all types of trees are living here. I planted about 4,000 saplings from Karnataka Forest Department, which are endemic natural to this area. And I considered them to be part of nature, not to give any personal benefit. It is not a fruit forest or food forest. It is a wild forest. I am a wild animal. I want to live like a wild animal. So that is the principle here. As simple as possible. The forest is wild forest. You can see animals jumping over there. There are baboons, there are monkeys, there are peacocks, there are nilgai, there are pigs, porcupines, mongoose. There are small and big animals here. There were some tigers also outside. I could see sometimes. So like this is a vibrant nature in equilibrium. So this is a forest which I am happy to live in, and it is a vibrant forest now with a lot of trees. I am sitting on a tower here. You can see the environment here. It's so serene and beautiful. So this is the benefit forest gives us.
Right. So you might call yourself a wild animal, but I don't believe that anyways. So like you have this beautiful forest called Sthitaprajna. Is it like it's your own private space, or is it like anyone can come in and stay and enjoy the beauty of nature over there?
So it is a private forest. I wanted to live in forest
Mm-hmm.
because I always romanticize living in forest.
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot go and live in a forest because government forest is protected by government.
Mm.
Humans cannot go there. Even if you want to get into a forest, you have to pay some fees and get permission.
Right.
Therefore, living in a forest is ruled out. So next best thing was creating a forest and living there.
Mm.
That is what I did. It is my personal dream to live in a forest. It
Mm-hmm.
is so peaceful, so perfect, and everything good here. I can't complain anything. I live with minimum requirements, as minimum as possible. I lived without electricity for 4 years initially,
Mm-hmm.
with as minimum light. Night is meant to be dark, so night was dark. Now also I have electricity, but I use it for minimum requirements. I don't have any comforts here or luxury here. I take cold water bath. I don't need a fan or AC. AC, of course, I don't have any AC. I don't need a fan also. So like this, as simple as possible. So forest is like that. It is in harmony with nature, in
Mm-hmm.
equilibrium with nature. That is how I live here as much as possible. With minimum close. Mosquitoes don't bite me. No animal has harmed me. They won't, because I'm not in conflict with them. So animals come here, they live their life, they visit. So everything is in perfect harmony as far as possible and practical. And the forest life is like that. In ancient times, saints and rishis used to live in forest. They never had luxury. They used to have a small hut to protect themselves from rains and sunshine.
Okay.
Other than it is not a luxury place. So probably I'm the only person living like this without much comfort. Mine is a tiled roof and a non-tiled floor. Okay, like this very simple living. Even villagers started building proper pakka houses now. These kind of houses are very rare to find. So therefore, this is very simple living. And those who people generally coming from cities don't find it very interesting, because they don't they may romanticize this sitting in their homes, but when they come here, it is totally disconnected from their life, so they don't feel very comfortable here. I have seen that. But a lot of people find it okay, find it okay to stay for one night or one day. That way, for a short stay to experience this, this is a good place for city living people. Otherwise, I don't have much to offer to them.
Okay.
If they want to come for some spiritual discourse, spiritual understanding, elevating their life, how to live simple without earning much, without chasing fame, name, or money, oh, I can give some tips. But if they want to become successful in their life, if they want to achieve something big in their life, I'm not the right person. So I don't have much to offer for city people that way. If they really want to withdraw from life, actually, my journey of withdrawal started with the discourse by Sadhu Vaswani. When I attended his lecture in 2006, to a question by someone, he said, to win the competition, withdraw from the competition. I was also part of the society by till then. I wanted to achieve this, achieve that. Though I had already returned from abroad and I wanted to live a simpler life,
Mhm.
but I didn't know how to live and I didn't have a proper direction. So his talk gave me a clear cut direction. To win the competition, withdraw from the competition. Whatever we say, we want to win in life. Even doing nothing, also we want to win. So that winning is withdrawing from competition. So I thought I don't have to compete with anyone. I'm I can be happy being myself. So that helped me. And this forest is part of that withdrawal also. Instead of trying to increasing your income to meet all your requirements, I reduce my expenses. Whatever way we want to live a comfortable life. So now with very minimum income, almost nil income, I'm leading a happy life. That is possible. I reduce my expenses. In this forest, there is no need of expense. People want to come for volunteering. There is no volunteer work here because forest doesn't need any human settlement, human work. I don't have to do anything. I just planted trees and then they grew on their own. I didn't even water them. So nature waters, nature gives everything, and birds planted more trees also. So like this, naturally everything happened here. I didn't do anything. So this is the simplest thing. I don't have much to teach to people also. Therefore, very few people can come here and learn something. Not for common people, not for average people. Those who are extraordinary, mad like me, can find some madness, see some madness here. Okay. Otherwise, there is nothing much as
Mhm.
such. But if you still want to come, I invite you. I invite you to experience this. But for that, you need to either come during the vegan festival with registration, or some other day when it is mutually convenient with advance registration. I keep traveling. When I'm traveling, there is no one here. So when there is no one here, people can't find anything. So it is not a touristy place. So there is nothing for common people, only just a few trees. They can't see anything more than that.
Right.
Therefore, if you expect something entertaining or something beautiful here, you don't get anything. But if you want some insight into your life, so you can come. You can see the place, live here, observe the sky, connect with the cosmos, and live in harmony with nature without anything. We can live like animals without much wants. So these are all some new ideas you can take from here. Of course, my specific answer is you're welcome to visit, but with advanced planning.
Of course, sir. Yes, sir. So, you have mentioned that you have visited Pyramid Valley in Bengaluru. So, what was your experience when you were at that time? And if you have met Patriji, and what was your experience in Pyramid Valley?
Yes, I had come to your Pyramid Meditation Center at Pyramid Valley in Bangalore. That was some 10 years ago or so. At that time, okay, I didn't meet Patriji, but one Mr. Prem Kumar. He was vice president of Pyramid Spiritual. Society. He's no more now. He was from Bangalore. He had come to our vegan festival as a speaker.
Mhm.
I invite someone. Okay, I invite everyone to my vegan festival, and lot of non-vegans come to our vegan festival because being vegans, we need to become better persons, and persons need to become vegans. It's mutual. Therefore, we can learn from everyone. There are a lot of people who have visited us who are non-vegans. So one of such persons was Mr. Prem Kumar. He was not a vegan, but he was happy about our concept. He came here and spoke about pyramid meditation. We learned from him a lot. And he took me to Pyramid Valley, and I visited there. I meditated for a short while, and it was very, very interesting for me. I had developed my own meditation technique. I do meditate. I have a meditation center where someone, a spiritual guru, had come for inauguration. He was not a vegan at that time. On that day onwards, he became vegan. So, and he started teaching to his followers also. So, like this, many wonderful things have happened. I have learned from other people, and people have come here and learned about veganism. And from pyramid, my learning is for meditation, you don't have to do anything. You can sit still, do nothing. That is meditation. People say concentrate, do this, do that. When you try to concentrate, you will not be able to concentrate. When you don't concentrate, you get concentrate. So that is my experience, and I practice that kind of meditation where there is no definition for that. I
Yes,
sit,
yes.
I sit still, and that is my meditation. Do nothing.
Okay. Because PSSM, Pyramid Special Societies movement, when Patriji had started it like 35 to 40 years ago, he found out this concept called Ana-Pana-Sati Meditation, which
Hmm.
was the actual method or technique practiced by the great Buddha. So during Ana-Pana-Sati meditation, we do not think of anything. We do not actually do anything. We do not chant any mantras or anything. We don't imagine any god or visualize any god or something like that. We just keep observing our breath. And that's the simplest and the easiest and the most effortless way to meditate, if I have to say such, because if we just sit like that, then so many thoughts come into our mind. And breath is the simplest and the easiest way to focus. We are not concentrating on something, but we are observing it. We are just being one with our breath. And that is what Ana-Pana-Sati means, where Ana is inhale, Apana is exhale, and Sati means to be with, as Patriji says. And so that is the technique that he has found 35 to 40 years ago. And the entire PSSM does Ana-Pana-Sati meditation and are vegetarians, and they all follow these two principles in their lives as of now. And it's more going to more expand, and our aim is to bring meditation and vegetarianism into the entire world, to bring plant-based living and to bring meditation to each and every human being.
Indian spiritual movement is very, very strong. People look up to Indians for spiritual knowledge, and Pyramid Spiritual Society movement is doing a wonderful job in propagating that knowledge or taking that knowledge to masses. Along with that, spiritual knowledge and vegetarian diet both are in synchronized form. Both are inalienable. They cannot be separated. Vegetarian here means vegan actually. So old before the word vegan was formed, a lot of people used to use the word vegetarian to refer to veganism. Therefore, even now, there are people who use the word vegetarian instead of vegan. Vegetarian is inclusive of everything. In our vegetarianism, we should not include milk and any animal product for that matter. So, vegetarian word is fine with me, but the definition or the inclusion should be only plant food,
Right.
not animal food. So, when that happens, it is really good for the world, good for everyone who practices that. For I wish spiritual pyramid spiritual society movement will incorporate veganism instead of dairy vegetarianism or lacto vegetarianism, and it will be a mass movement. like
Yes.
many spiritual leaders have already done. Gurudev Chitrabhanu has done. He is a spiritual guru. Narasimha Prabhuji, he is another spiritual guru. Another Siddheshwar Swamiji, he is also vegan. In his ashram, no animal products. And there are many spiritual gurus already propagating veganism as vegetarianism. Therefore, your society will also include veganism or exclude milk products from vegetarianism and combine spirituality in its entirety.
Yes, sir. Sir, it's been wonderful interacting with you and getting so much knowledge from you, learning so much from you. It is unexplainable. And I'd like to tell you about a wing of PSSM that we have started, which is called as SWAG. Save Water and Go Green movement. And we have set out three main objectives of SWAG. One is the save water, and the second one is to adopt plant-based life, and the third one is to plant trees. So with these three objectives, I'm trying to go ahead with whatever I can offer to the society, to human beings, and to animals, and to Mother Earth. So I'm trying to do as best as I can in order to take this forward. So this is one thing which I say that I'm contributing in a very, very, very small bit, a very, very small bit, minute bit, but rather trying to work towards achieving that what I have set out for. So rather, in your words, if I have to say, if I have to negate achieve, work towards that. So thank you so much, sir, for being here with us, and loved this interaction, loved this talk with you. And definitely, sir, we will make sure that we all come to the vegan festival and celebrate together all the goodness of life, the nature and the animals and everything. Yes, sir. Your final message for all of us, sir, in terms
For
of
all,
spirituality or in terms of anything.
as Gandhiji said, I have nothing new to tell the world. Truth and non-violence are as old as mountains. My life is my message. Similarly, I don't want to repeat that, but that is my fact also. I don't have any specific message to anyone. If you want to take something good from others, take it. Don't copy others as they are. It cannot be. We are all unique. We are all powerful. So let us make the world a better place for everyone by practicing good things, learning from nature, learning from animals, learning from other people. And as it is, pyramid spiritual society movement is doing a wonderful job. Spirituality and vegetarianism, a beautiful combination. A lot of spiritual movements, they talk about spirituality, they don't promote vegetarianism. But with your organization, you are already promoting vegetarianism. That is a wonderful thing. I am very happy to connect with that. And when vegetarianism becomes veganism, so vegetarian equals vegan. So that is the ideal situation. So I wish everyone practices spiritual values, which includes ahimsa, which includes vegetarianism, of course. So ahimsa includes vegetarianism or veganism, and we need to practice all this holistically so that we live a peaceful and happy life for everyone. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so humbled with your presence over here. And I wish you a very, very, very happy Gandhi Jayanti. And I wish you that we spread more and more about ahimsa and the core values that Mahatma Gandhi ji has left us to practice and to follow. So thank you so much, sir, for being here on this occasion of Gandhi Jayanti Day. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And we are blessed to have you here with us. And we will all continue to support each other in terms of spirituality and in terms of the right way to live. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak my mind on the occasion of Mahatma Gandhi's birthday. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.